I always failed not to ask myself, what are we waiting for? And it's a very difficult question to answer. What are we waiting for when you're just maybe you're just afraid to think differently? You guy says, well, who knows what I'll be thinking? Well, that's what we're here to do, to tell you that you should know what you're thinking. It's really very important on the scale of things, don't you think?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You talked about thinking, and it goes back to what we were talking about a moment ago. Decide what you want. And I mean, ultimately, hopefully, your goal is to have contentment, to have peace, to have joy in life. And many of us believe that once I get enough money, once I get into the right job, once I get into the right relationship, I'll have these things. It's not going to happen. You have those things when you start focusing on being happy, experiencing joy, experiencing love right now. A person, a job, an opportunity outside of yourself can't give that to you. Like Mr. Lindell said, DeCarlo can't give it to you. He can't give it to you. People can't give it to you. These are states that you begin occupying. And the funny thing is, you can occupy the state of joy, happiness, peace of mind right now, but things outside of you will not bring that to you.
They have to start. That's what catches them all.
Yeah.
Just that getting started. And actually all you're told to do is sit down and relax. Really, just sit down and be still, relax, and see what passes through for a well, as long as you can sit there, stillness. Well, there'll be thousands of thoughts really racing through. In fact, many of them only have a minuscule of a second going through. But the thing of it is, you see, mine will connect with anything in that second.
Yeah.
See, if you allow it, see, that's what we're told. Blessed is the man that does not condemn himself for that which he has allowed. See, understand, it's what you've already allowed. So, well, actually, Scripture says none of us are worthy. So there's not one. No, not one. It says. So get over it. You're not worthy, and it's not about worthiness anyway. It's about willingness. That's all it is. It's about willing. How willing are you to participate in what is your own benefit? That told him pretty clear, didn't it?
It did. It did. It told us so well that I had to be silent. Sometimes we just got to let it sink in for a moment, and let it resonate. And it really is about resonance. What is it that we're giving our attention to? Mr. Lindell said, listen, thousands of thoughts are flowing through, but it's that one that we grab and we embrace and we start thinking about it and we start ruminating with. And so it may be, why am I so unhappy? So you start thinking deeper and you start dancing with unhappiness. You start having this relationship with unhappiness. You start caressing unhappiness and you go deeper into unhappiness. But you could just as easily have chosen, why am I so happy?
Actually, a lot of people are more comfortable being unhappy.
True. True.
I'm telling you this because in talking to them, generally their expressions tell you much more than what they're saying. but but really, if you're really considering turning to, because letting go and letting go, that's the turning to. You turn to me, God says, and I'll turn to you. But if you deny me, I will deny you also. Come on. That seems pretty cut and dry to me. I mean, take it or leave it. Go with it or don't. It's all that simple. And actually, it's because it is that simple that nobody has any faith in it, and they don't realize that all their worrying is actually causing a lot of commotion in their life. What are you worried about? God said, thou shalt not, and thou shalt not. And you say, well, I think you missed something there. They're out there shooting people. But you see, there's nothing transforming in death. Hey, say what? There's nothing transforming in death. Really. That well, scripture says it. I didn't make it up. Uh, if there's nothing transforming in death, then that is the reason that now is the time to change your mind, to change your world. Because if you wait until you die, well, then you're going to play the same part again and again and then again and again. And how long, oh Lord, how long? And he goes, what else could he do? He can't. There's certain things that you have to figure out for yourself. Well, actually, you don't figure things out. It's that you put yourself in a position that you're in acceptance of the revelations that you will have if that's where you're tuned. If you're tuned in, you'll have them. And all you have to do to tune in is be still. See, didn't say didn't say quiet. It said be still. Just see, because that way you're not doing the thinking. Really, that's really a moment of rest. I'll tell you. No, 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 no. It's a great relief. It is that's one of the things that I get most out of the meditation is it's a great relief. There's nothing going on. I am is all that's happening. They're out there cheering me. And then they nail you up.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You said something. You said, I am is all that's happening. And that's where we want to be. You know, when we get into the silence where I am within you is all that's happening. Most of us have so much chatter, mind chatter going on when we're entering into the silence. And at first, that's okay. You're going to have to allow that to be the case. But the more you go into the silence, the easier it's going to be for you to
Yes,
allow the I am to be the only thing that's happening.
that's right. That's right. As long as you're on guard to catch yourself, you're okay. I mean, you can't say, "Oh, here I am." No, 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 no. You're just saying, "Oh, okay."
Absolutely.
The if you give it importance by being afraid of it or whatever, you're giving it importance that it doesn't have. Because if you weren't giving them that your attention, they'd be gone. They'd have to be. If you stop thinking about something, it's gone. Attitude, attitude, attitude. That's what it's all about, your attitudes. And people say, well, what does that mean? Well, you can have an attitude about something and be totally wrong.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I had an attitude a long time and found out that I was just kind of lost in the maze. That's all. But it's kind of scary if you find yourself there. And it's even though it's desirable, it's kind of scary to think of what you can do.
Yeah.
Because whatsoever literally does mean whatsoever. I have looked it up extensively, and even other language, it still means whatsoever means whatsoever. So if that is the potential, and you're thinking feelingly, and you don't know what you're thinking feelingly about, and it's being made in your world of experiencing, watch out. That's what you're told. That's what it means about the fear of God. The fear of God is you're being afraid that what he said he meant. I mean, you told the liner.
Yeah.
Look, people are worried about dying. Absolute love loves absolutely. There's no hell. If you're experiencing hell, you're doing it right now. is right here. Believe me. And what you and even the very, very rich and all that, actually, they're going to realize that what they everything they got was all just for show.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, really, just showing up. That's a there's nothing to it. You get what you expect. That you can count on. And because you can count on that, what do you expect? That is the question, isn't it?
It is the question. You said earlier about denial. You said, listen, God said, deny me. You deny me, I deny you. Now we go back to this phrase that says, all denial is self denial. So the bottom line is understand that the denial that's spoken of is you denying yourself. God can't deny you. So when he says, you deny me, I'll deny you, it's not that God's denying you, it's that you're denying yourself. And Mr. Lindell said, what's the potential whatsoever? For those who may not understand what whatsoever is, whatever. Whatever it is that you can imagine, that's the potential. Now, many of us are denying ourselves because of old programming. We were speaking to a young lady in the group recently, and only thing she wanted was love. Then what she has to do is start and foremost loving herself. Now, some people say, well, can it be as easy as that? God's made it so easy. He says, whatsoever. So if the potential is love and you start loving yourself, automatically others are going to start loving you because your self-worth from a point of love is love. And so any person that's not bringing love, they're going to be repelled by you loving yourself, and you're going to attract to yourself those who are of loving spirits.
Perfect. That's it. That's perfect. You said it just right. You get to choose the game. You get to choose the route. You get to choose where you stop and eat. So you're doing the choosing. So who are you going to blame if it ain't turning out right? Yeah, see, that's it, isn't it?
It is it.
I mean, you have it. Choose this day. I mean, what's the route you're taking? Is it favorable? I mean, is it productive? Is it you getting benefits out of it? If wonderful, expand on it, and all you have to do is expand on it. Then it's just enjoy the benefits you got from thinking so. You're ahead of the game right there, and just don't stop. That's like those three kids I told you about. It, I asked him. I said, hey, "Excuse me." He was there to tell me about Jesus, and I told him, "Yeah, I know him." So he says, uh, I asked him, could I ask you a question? And he said, yeah. I said, well, can you choose your next thought? Kind of, what? Looked at the other two guys and he said, well, yeah, I can choose my next thought. Oh, there it is. I'll make a suggestion now. Don't stop. You see, there it is. If you're choosing the thought, we're assuming that you're doing it because you desire it. And if you're not, well, whose side are you on anyway? I mean, don't you have to stop and ask yourself that at times?
You do?
I mean, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's simple. You didn't say it was easy because I get that a lot of times. I'll say, well, you said it was really easy. And I no, I did not say it was easy. No. I said it was simple. And it is simple because I got it. I'm sure he feels the same way, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Well, once you see that it was always right in front of you and you couldn't see it, that's total embarrassment because you actually do see it that you didn't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. You say these things and you just kind of slide over real quick, don't they?
They do. I want to go back to simple and not easy. And because many people are trying to figure out the difference. The reason why it's not easy is because, as Mr. Lindell stated earlier, from an age of reason, we've been programmed. So when we're giving you these spiritual truths, you're trying to process them by way of drama man, mind, reason. And from that standpoint, it's not easy. But when we process it from a place of spirit, when we begin to get into I am, and we release, as Mr. Lindell stated earlier, let go and let God, then it becomes easy. But if you're trying to do this stuff in your human man, mind, reason, the way of the drama man, it's not easy at all because you can't fathom what's being said. But when you settle down and you allow I am to speak in you and you just listen to spirit, you say, oh, that's what he meant. And then you realize, oh, it is simple. And even at that point, it becomes easy.
Mhm. Yeah. Now, I had double-mindedness. See, I had to deal with that, and you'll have to deal with it too. I mean, that's it. Those are the roadblocks, so to speak, to your advancement because you created them. They're that real as you created it. It's always as you believe it is. But what do you believe? See, you're in control even if you're out of control, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
The idea is to take control. I mean, that's what you're to do. Come on, straighten up, be a man. That's what it is. And I found that I was 40 years old and hadn't achieved that yet. But boy, I tell you, when you're presented with it's like wow. I mean, and it was always right with you. See that? That's like it was always right with you. And the thing of it is that as you were talked to, it went through and you felt it, but it went away. See, because you didn't open it and quicken it. That's what you were told to do. I was told to do that every talk I ever heard of Neville. That was it. That was Sarah. And many of the things that I say were also said by him, all a different wording, but same thing. So the idea is that it's what you think you are, you do, you have, you be, because if you're thinking it, you're claiming it, unless you drop it. As long as you're thinking about it, it's yours. And then you'll experience it. Good, bad, or indifferent. Attitude, attitude, attitude. That's all it's about. Get it straight, get your attitudes, your awareness, your imaginal activity all in order, and you can stroll right through. But you got to claim it. Isn't that right?
That's absolutely right.
Did anyone ever tell you any different than that, though?
No, no. Not anybody that knew what they were talking about.
Yeah, there is always that. Yeah. I think it's just a matter of just straight talk. You see, we find, oh, I know I do. I find myself saying things in a certain way so that it doesn't hit a nerve, or that I don't remember something I didn't want to remember. but, but you can do this. The thing of it is, all you have to do is actually just let go and let God. Because if he told you to do that, well, do it. I mean, why would you? What are you waiting for? Let go and that letting go, you have to think about it to do it. And if you're not thinking about letting go, then you ain't going to let go. Isn't that what it is with quitting anything? Quit smoking, quit drinking, whatever. Isn't that what it is?
Absolutely.
Uh, Very simple. But then again, too, The only reason there's a problem is because all things in moderation. See, if you don't break that one, then the other ones don't matter either because they don't happen.
Yeah.
See, if you're told not to do something that it's going to hurt you, think about it. What hurts you? It's what you think about, what you eat. It's what you think about, what you drink. That is what you have to experience. What you think about it. If it's good or otherwise, that's what you'll experience.
Absolutely.
Does that say it?
It does say it. And a lot of what we think about is what other people have told us about it. Not that what we know, not what we've experienced. A lot of people are dying simply because somebody said, if you do this, this is going to kill you. So we start doing that and it starts killing us because that's the program.
Yeah. All things to all. You see, it says ALL, all things to all. So you have to get this, just to hear all things to all like that. It doesn't have a hold. You didn't get a hold of it. It's just like that. Let go and let God. It goes just right over real quick. Only just that. Let go, let God. Why not? I mean, you want a solution to that's to me. That's the solution to everything. If you're really looking for a first person present tense experience, that's exactly what you'll have. But if in the meantime a doubt comes up and you give your attention to that doubt even for a second, it'll have another one and have another stepping stone. See? But it's still you doing it. That's the point. It's you doing it. Not God's not doing it. You're doing it. You're the one choosing the route. What are you choosing? What are you looking for? Because here's the thing about that. What you're looking for is also looking for you. So all you have to do is just relax. And it'll get here. It always will find you. If you don't stop thinking about it, it'll find you. Because that's its radar. You're thinking. And it says, not going to argue with you, not going to complain, not going to tell you this would be better than thinking that. But no. They themselves are the makers of themselves. A quote by, at the moment, I don't know. Do you?
It eludes me right now.
I know you told me last time, but
James Allen.
James Allen.
As a man thinks.
Yeah, as a man thinketh. Yeah. Well, I mean, the title of his book.
Yeah.
I mean, it told you the whole story, right there. Just the title, right?
Absolutely.
As a man thinketh, and that's what Scripture says. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he, so does he, so has he, on and on throughout the stories. And I mean, well, you can ask ask Mr. DeCarlo there. You see, he's the one that can correct me when I get the wrong statement. See, he knows that chapter and verse stuff. See, I don't know that because I didn't get it that way. I see what got me was a revelation, and that's the only way it could have done because it was waiting for me to study it. No. So that's proof right there. I didn't study for any of this. It come through me, not to me. But the thing of it is, you see, you don't understand, but actually that's true for you too. Your world is coming through you, not to you. And so therefore, if it's coming through you before it is the experience, then you have a chance to change it. And that's what you're told to do. Change your mind, change your world. Can we make it any simpler?
Can't make it any simpler. I like earlier you said, listen, what you're looking for is looking for you. And what came to mind for me was when I was growing up in Ohio, we would catch buses everywhere we went. So you would get to a certain stop and you knew that bus was coming to that particular stop. Now, if you went to another stop, you would miss that bus. But the bus that you were looking for came to that stop. Whatever it is that we're looking for will come to your stop because you're giving your attention, as Mr. Lindell said, whatever you're thinking about. And if you give that thing enough time, it's going to show up in your world. Now, you have to be prepared for it when it shows up in your world to receive it. If you don't receive it, that bus is going to pass you by. I've missed many buses because I was at the wrong bus stop and I wasn't at a place to receive it. So just be at a place to receive your good when it comes to you by accepting it and receiving it.
And understand, it tells you it can come out like a thief in the night.
That's true.
You understand? So, because you're on all the time. I know you think because you went to sleep, you're blanked out. But no. Mine's burnt. Mine's still going. If it wasn't, you wouldn't be here in the morning. But no, you're still directing. You see, maybe not wisely, but you're still directing. And that's the point. That's all we're trying to tell you is that as you get information, it expands your experience. And that's what you want. You want the experience expanded. I mean, look, everybody's looking for better. I mean, everybody thinks they're doing the best they can with what they got. And that's exactly what they are doing. The best they can with what they got. But get more. Absolutely. See, that's the whole idea. You get more information and then you expanded your world to that degree. Or the mind, which is the whole outfit. Because, like I said, you have to understand, this is a virtual reality. That's the reason why you're told, do not let the man talk to himself degrading. Because it's your word. And the word becomes flesh. And you become it. Because why? Because you said it. All this talk on television. Yeah. I know they have to tell you the possible outcomes of all these drugs and that, but I mean, by the time they finish the list of the things that could happen to you, I'll just keep what I got.
Absolutely.
At least I only got one thing to worry about. But they're just drumming up future business.
Absolutely.
That's the way the economy works.
That's exactly how it works. What would you say in closing?
Let go and let God. If you can't handle it, Jesus said it, didn't he? I of myself can do nothing. It was the Father within, he doeth all the work. So if you just let go and let him do it, and you just sit and enjoy it. I mean, that's what it. He's not denying you anything. You're denying you because you won't start.
Yeah.
Isn't that it?
Absolutely. That's it.
Well, God bless all of you.
Sir.
Talk to you later.
Been a pleasure. Talk to you later.
It always is. Always is. Very good.
People just want to know what you did to be successful.
The 4 CDs that I have out there, it's all there. If you took any one of the CDs and actually followed through on what you understood there, you could change your mind, change your world. All you have to do is just listen to the CDs. It's always reiteration and reiteration.
I want to go back to the 4 CD set. Go to metaphysicalarttheater.com. We can only mail in the U.S. right now, but for those who are outside the U.S., we can send you a digital bundle with everything, so you'll get the enjoyment without waiting for it in the mail. Matter of fact, those who are in the U.S., if you would rather have the digital copies, we can do that as well. Metaphysicalarttheater.com. People just want to know what you did to be successful.
The 4 CDs that I have out there, it's all there. If you took any one of the CDs and actually followed through on what you understood there, you could change your mind, change your world. All you have to do is just listen to the CDs. It's always reiteration and reiteration.
I want to go back to the 4 CD set. Go to metaphysicalarttheater.com. We can only mail in the U.S. right now, but for those who are outside the U.S., we can send you a digital bundle with everything, so you'll get the enjoyment without waiting for it in the mail. Matter of fact, those who are in the U.S., if you would rather have the digital copies, we can do that as well. metaphysicalarttheater.com.